Hello everybody, welcome to the Golden Girls Tarot Cards review and unboxing. Now it's not quite an unboxing because I've already taken it out of the wrapper, and to be honest with you guys, I have used it quite a few times. But I love this gradient that's pretty much throughout the cards, and throughout the box as well. You get their little faces on the side here. And if you're familiar with Miami and Art Deco style, this is so true to what the Art Deco style is, and it's a look into the future from the lanai. I absolutely love that. So it features, of course, 78 cards. Each suit is actually separated by one of the girls, one of the characters. I love how it says here, do you have existential questions about your personal universe? Do you have a penchant for pastel patterns from 1980s Miami? And above all, are you obsessed with the Golden Girls? You know that I am. If you answered yes to any of these questions, this deck of tarot cards will provide mystical insights into your destiny. Now, I do have to thank Tarot by the Pines, Jason from Tarot by the Pines. I'm going to link their channel below. He's awesome. He's putting out tarot videos that I love. And he was just so kind enough to gift me this deck, and I love it. I'm so grateful. So it opens up like this, and honestly, the box, very, very sturdy. So you just open it up, and you get all the cards. There is no book. That doesn't come with a little white book. It doesn't come with a book at all. So if you're brand new to tarot, it is a good deck for beginners. I will say that it is a good deck for beginners because it's very true to the Rider-Waite-Smith. And I'll show you which is the, Rider-Waite-Smith is like the quintessential every other tarot deck. Most, and not every, forgive me, but most tarot decks out there are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. And this one very closely connected to that one too. But it doesn't have keywords or books or anything, so if you don't know anything and this is brand new, you might have to get a separate book for that. So these are the backs, also continuing with the idea of the Art Deco. You got the palm fawns over here, very Miami. And honestly, blue and pink is very Miami. I actually live about an hour north of Miami. I'm in Florida, so if you guys are not familiar with Miami, this is very true. All right, so let's put the box to the side. Now, I will show you guys all 78 cards. If you do not want to see all of them, you can skip ahead. You can like double tap on the right side, and it skips like 10 seconds at a time. So you can skip that a few times and see just a few, or you can skip this part altogether. But I will be showing you all of them, okay? So we start with Rose as the Fool. One, I just love that she's the Fool because if you guys know the Golden Girls, she wasn't the sharpest tool in the box, but I just love this outfit, and the whole thing just really fits. She's got the white dog here, the white rose. It really does fit with the Rider-Waite-Smith. And honestly, I personally am not a huge fan of gimmicky tarot decks, like the Golden Girls Tarot or the Nightmare for Christmas. I know there's a Friends deck as well. There's also Game of Thrones deck. They're beautiful, and I can really appreciate the artwork, but it's not something I personally go for immediately. But this one is very closely related to the Rider-Waite-Smith, and that I love. So we got the Fool. The Magician, of course, is Sophia. And you see the gradients, how they really do go throughout. So you have the gradient in the background, you have the gradient here. I really do. Whoever, the artist, not whoever, published by Smith Street Gift, and the artist who created this deck honestly did a really, really good job of keeping true to the art meanings of the tarot, but also to, I think, the show. I love how Stan is like the Emperor. Hierophant, of course, Sophia filled with knowledge and wisdom. The Lovers. Whoop, excuse me. I got the Chariot. I love that. Two hunks carrying Blanche. That's amazing. Of course, Sophia is the strong one. The Hermit, night walking or night sleepwalking. Wheel of Fortune, it's very much like the Wheel of Fortune in the Rider-Waite-Smith, nothing to do with the show or anything, but it's just very closely to the Rider-Waite-Smith Wheel of Fortune, the traditional tarot deck. We got Justice. Now, it's the little details for me. Look at his toupee falling off. I love that. It just adds that little bit of humor to the show. Of course, Dorothy is death. Of course she is. Now this is amazing. The Devil card, and she's eating cheesecake, and she's giving me that little cheeky wink. Oh, I love it. Shady Pines as the tower. If you guys know the show, that's awesome. It's just brilliant. It really is a brilliant tarot deck. And I really do love the colors. It's so vibrant. All right, the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands, if you guys are familiar with the Rider-Waite-Smith, is just, a spiritual hand, the hand of God, if you will, holding the wand. It's very much like that with the other suits as well. But the suit of Wands is represented by Sophia. So it's basically her, throughout the entire suit of Wands. And it goes like that for the other suits too. Super cute. Again, Eight of Wands, not really so much with Sophia, but very traditional to the Rider-Waite-Smith, which I appreciate, honestly. I don't need every card to have to do with the show or to the theme. Of course it is the theme, and the artwork ties everything together. But I am when I look personally, this is just my personal opinion, of course, everyone has a different art style and everyone has different art that calls to them. For me, when I'm looking for a tarot deck, I am looking for the symbolism that I find traditionally. Or you can put your own spin on it, of course, that's what I'm looking for. But it still has to make sense to me, you know what I mean? There are some decks out there that to me just really change the meaning, and I'm like, that's no longer the Eight of Wands. I don't remember what this guy's name is, but it wasn't he like Sophia's like romance interest? I don't remember his name, but I love that he's the knight. Then she's the Queen of Wands, of course, and then he's the King of Wands. Now, Ace of Cups, and the suit of cups is portrayed by Rose, of course, the eternal romantic, the eternal lovable goof that we love her for. Of course, there's a cheesecake right there. Oh, don't be sad, Rose. See, even this, like, that's why I think it's so smart. Six of Cups really has to do with a reunion from someone from the past a lot of times, and here she is, kind of reuniting with her, her passed away husband in this deck. So I love that. It still continues with the show, but it has meaning in the card, and I love that. I'm probably going to be repeating myself a lot, saying the same thing. Nine of Cups, happiness and joy, and a cheesecake. And Ten of Cups, super romantic and cute. I feel like it's like Rose as her younger self. I don't know. Page of Cups. Queen of Cups, I love that. Even the thrones are so Art Deco. I love it. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Even the way the banner down here is shown, the names, it's very Art Deco. I love that. It's Miami, that's what it is. What was this song they sang? Miami, Miami, you've got style. If you guys remember that song, comment below. That song is awesome. So Ace of Swords, of course, the swords of truth and sass are going to be portrayed by Dorothy. Big Mouth Sass Dorothy. I love her. I love that how they showed the lanai multiple times throughout the cards in different scenarios. I love that because we spent so much time out there with them, didn't we? As viewers and as watchers, we were there with them. The beach. I love that in the background, how she's leaving Stan. She's like, bye, as a Six of Swords. Love it. It's brilliant. Seven of Swords. Nightmares and Sleepless Nights, of course. I love this one because the Ten of Swords usually shows a person and the Ten of Swords are stabbed them on the back. But here it's her really putting an end to this. You know, it's supposed to be a portrait of Stan. And I love that. I love that because that's really what the Ten of Swords is about. It's not about like being literally impaled or a physical death. It really has to do with putting an end to something that you know is no longer good for you. So I love this portrayal of the Ten of Swords. Page of Swords. The Knight. She's the Queen of Swords, of course she is. And then the King. And finally, Ace of Pentacles. And of course the Pentacles are Blanche, yes. Do you guys have a favorite Golden Girl? Which one is your favorite? Comment below, let me know. I would love to hear your opinion on who's your favorite and why. I go back and forth, and I think a lot of us can agree that we all go back and forth. Sometimes it's Sophia, sometimes it's Dorothy, sometimes it's Blanche, sometimes it's Rose. It shifts, it changes. For me, it does anyway. Because, you know, all of us are them at different times of our lives, and I love them. Eight of Pentacles making a huge cake. I love that. Nine of Pentacles out on the lanai, feeling good. Yes. Ten of Pentacles. Now, this one, of course, is just a big tree. But I say that, but at the same time, it does really mean a lot in the Ten of Pentacles. You know, it's not with the girls, but it is a tree. Ten of Pentacles has to do with inheritance or family tree, family lineage, roots, things like that. So to me, sure, it doesn't have one of the girls in it, but that doesn't really bother me. It may bother you, and that's okay. I just want to show that to you. But I personally don't really mind. I see them enough where when I see a card that's not them, I'm still okay with it because the meaning of the card is still here. Page of Pentacles, Knight, of course the Queen of Pentacles, and finally the King of Pentacles. I showed you guys the back already, this beautiful blue, and here's the box. Well, everybody, much love to you. I gotta say, the card stock is actually not bad. You know, it's very bendy, not the thickest, but I'm personally very okay with that because I can shuffle. It's easy to shuffle. It doesn't bend. You know, a lot of us out there are aggressive shufflers, and we can riffle shuffle like this, and the cards don't really bend super easily, which I love. Of course, they're not gonna be, you know, all strained and broken and ripped super quickly. So I'm okay. I love the cardstock. It may not be the thickest and best, but I'm very okay with the cardstock. And honestly, it really wasn't expensive. I want to say it was around $20, maybe a little bit under or a little bit over, depending on where you live in the country and in the world, of course. But it really wasn't very expensive. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review. Much love to you guys out there. Thank you.